The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tigger, they're wonderful things.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is a wonderful thing.
Hey everybody, Jim Cummings here. Welcome to my podcast, Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. We have a great guest for you today. But before we get to that, make sure you like and subscribe. Our podcast has partnered with the largest Comic-Con in North America, Fan Expo, the Juggernaut. We're touring all over North America live, so get your tickets and come be a part of the live audience. It'll be fun. Go to fanexpohq.com for the tickets. We'll see you in a city near you, or a little bit away, but you can drive. And with all that said and done, sit back and enjoy today's episode. And as always, thanks for tuning in to Toon'd In with Jim Cummings.
I remember when I first started the business, I'm so sorry that I cannot remember this man's name, but I lived down in Corona, California when I made my first demo tape, so I would go back and forth. I was right in the middle between San Diego and L.A., so I would go to San Diego a lot to do back when I just first started. And I met a man who was in the business, and we were doing some kind of comedic spot, and I was always the comedic doofus in the spots of radio. And he said, "So how long you been in the business?" I go, "About an hour and a half." And he goes, "Oh, I've been doing it." He goes, "You want to hear a good one?" And I go, "Okay." And he goes, K-E-double-L, oh, double good Kellogg's, best to you. And I said, "That was you?" And he goes, Yep. And I only did like 3 takes. They used it for 20 years. And I go, "Yeah, they did."
Whoa.
And,
Whoa. Did he get residuals for that?
Yeah, he must have.
Whoa.
And that, because I remember hearing that. I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
For Cheerios or whoever, Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Now it's all on YouTube.
Yeah, now it's all on
And we don't
YouTube.
get paid for that.
Yeah.
And we're
No,
supposed
you
to.
don't.
We're supposed to. It's licensing, but that's another story. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
is a
yeah,
whole nother
all that,
thing.
because I've watched all my old commercials on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hallmark, all
Oh,
the
that's
commercials I
right,
used to
yeah.
do. They don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
They should be, yeah. A lot of shows, a lot of shows have been on the air for years in the 70s. Whatever shows that I've done, I get some residuals for, but I get nothing from YouTube. Neither do you. Neither do any of the actors who are now being featured on YouTube. They get money, not the actors, but the company. They get bucks.
Well, that's
YouTube
good.
gets bucks.
Right. I
but
feel
we don't.
better.
And it happens to be illegal, but. Talk about a union. What can I
Yeah,
tell
it's
you?
like the wild west of social media, and it's something for like our channel as well. Other pages will take our clips and promote them.
Oh, do they? Oh, do they?
So then it's
So-
like they're getting ad revenue, but it's almost like a trade-off.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, well, it's getting the name more out there, but they're
It's still-
generating money.
Yeah, generating money,
from
and you're
our
not.
content.
I get it. I get it. No,
it's
it's
a weird.
That's why I never work nude.
Oh, that's not what I heard, but.
That was in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
When people said I'm having a knee operation, I said, from all those years of auditioning.
Yeah. And I think I hope I'm not repeating myself, but like you said to Vince Edwards, yeah, but you got the job.
Yeah, but you could.
Sitting too long, boy, my ass really hurts. And you go, yeah, but you got the job.
You got the job. That's right.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Ben Casey?
Ben Casey.
Ben Casey.
Ben Casey, not the other one.
Not Dr. Kildare.
Not the Dr. Kildare. Smart man.
Oh, God.
Took acting lessons while he was doing Dr. Kildare. Went to England and went to RADA to study while he was doing Dr. Kildare. Right after the show, he said, I got to learn my craft. Now that I'm a star, I got to learn my craft. Smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really smart.
Good for him.
Well, speaking of acting classes, I heard a story that actually Cam Clark took your class.
Yes, Cam took the class. I've had pop music, Cam Clark, Russi Taylor, Neil Ross,
Some serious alumni.
Lauren Lester.
Lauren Lester.
I had a host of Katsusi.
Oh, wow.
All of my
she's
class,
great.
all early buddings. They were voicelets. And and Russi came because her voice is over here, and she wanted to get deep. So I gave her Margaret Rutherford, Mrs. Marple,
And she spoke like this, and she said, "Oh dear, really?" To the voice that's over here, Mother
Yeah.
Rutherford. I said,
Try that. Get deep. Give it a low jaw. Give it an underslung jaw, and come back. And she came back and she did it. She said, "I got a deep voice. I got a deep voice."
I got a deep voice.
She worked
Yeah.
it around, and everybody liked that. And those were people that I managed to play with. And when Cam came, he was auditioning stuff, and who knew that eventually you could mix us? Like his voice was close to mine in algorithm. And he went out, and so he came back to one of the classes and he said, "I have an announcement to make. I got my first cartoon." We all went, "Whoa!" And we applied, and I felt great. It really felt great that I had something to do with it. He said, and I said, "What is it?" And he told me. I said, "I auditioned for that." And he looked at me. I said, "I'm only kidding. I'm thrilled. I did, but I'm thrilled. You made me. You did well. If you
Yeah.
can meet your teacher,
That must have been a great feeling
you
for
did-
Cam, too.
You did great, Cam.
Yeah.
You did great. Absolutely." And every now and then, because we do World of Warcraft, and I once went in, they said, "Okay, we're going to play it back for you, play your character, Medivh, back for you." And I said, "Okay," and they played it back. I went, "It's not me." They said, "It is you." I said, "It's not me." He said, and I heard them talking. "Isn't that Michael Bone?" "No, who's that? Something I hear. I think it's when Cam Clark was here." "Oh, Cam Clark?" And I heard them guys say, I said, "You had Cam Clark come in? Was I dying?
What?
Was there something wrong with me?
Was it? Yeah.
Did I say something to somebody? Did I piss somebody off?" They said, "Oh no, I see you out of town or something." "Oh sure."
Yeah.
So I wound up.
Yeah.
So I picked
And
up.
where was I?
Where was I? I was out of town. I was
was
at a
in
local.
Glendale.
I was at Glendale, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a big sign on my car says I've been to Glendale.
Out of town. Can't audition.
So they mixed us, matched us, and I wound up. Then I took over from there again, Medivh, and I said, "Oh, so Cam Clark, okay." So Rob Paulson said the same thing. And Rob said, I'm going to be doing your voice." I said, "Maybe the light part. You can't get the deep part. You can do the one up here. Like that's what you sound like, Rob.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Rob. But you can't get down here, Rob."
That's right. Yeah. Well, there's a joke in there too, but ladies and gentlemen,
But I want to say, tss.
yeah. So okay. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are we talking about your big theater, TV, on camera, or VO? Which do you have an arena in which you love more than another?
Voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love theater, but I got so tired of memorizing.
You too, huh?
And I love being on stage.
Wow.
I loved it. I'm
so glad you said that.
I had my own theater, the West End Playhouse. We introduced new plays. We did an Eric Idle play that he came to see.
Oh my gosh.
And he said, "I can't believe you guys have done this." He said that it's better than our production in London. He was so excited. And recently my daughter, who's an actress, Ashley Bell, who's in the Groundlings, was doing stuff at the Groundlings, and Eric Idle was there for something, and she was part of the group. And she mentioned to him about the play that we had done, his play. And he said, "Yes, it was in the Valley. And you guys did that play." And he was so excited. He said, "It was a wonderful production." And Ashley was so excited because her dad and her mom, before she was born, had done this play.
Wow.
For Eric Idle. And we love doing it. We love doing theater. But learning lines was a killer.
Yeah.
I loved it, but learning lines.
I think that's why I ended up, I ad-lib notoriously. And I think part of the reason I ad-lib so much is, even when I can read it, is I just couldn't memorize the lines.
Yeah, I know.
So I did, well, I'll tell you one thing, and then here comes the BS, and that's how I got through it.
I did a soap opera. Can you imagine what life must have been like for me? I did a soap opera called Morning Star before Days of Our Lives. It was the precursor to Days of Our Lives for a year. I was just out of the Army, and I got a job, and I was making $125 a week.
Oh, quit bragging.
And there was a lot of money for me. And I had, since I was the new guy in town, I had all the exposition. So when Mrs. Westmore was murdered, do we think that Mr. Westmore did it, or do you think that she took the pills herself? And I'm having to learn this all night long. I'm up all night long. I must look like 80 years old the next morning when I went to the set at MEC, and they had cue cards, and I refused to read the cue cards.
Oh.
And I learned the lines, But it was every night I'd be like this. And I'd sit around and we'd learn the lines, we'd work together, et cetera. And the next morning I'd get up and I'd go, okay, I'm not allowed to read the cue cards. I just have to really get through this. Wow. And I remember finally when I got comfortable enough, we had a scene in a restaurant and there's a detective that comes in and I'm the young guy and I have to ask the detective, so what'd you find out? And he's got a shitload of lines. And I said to him, listen, if you've never done soap opera, don't worry about it. There's cue cards will be right over my back. And he said, I don't read cue cards. I said, no, I'm sorry. Okay, just want to let you know. He said, I don't read cue cards. I said, okay, fine. And we get on and he starts the line. God bless you. God bless you. And I say to him, I lean over to him and I say to him, okay, so what do you think happened with Miss Westmoreland? Did she take the pills? Do you think he killed her? And he went, well, personally, I feel that.
Perfect.
And I said, so what do you think? Do you think, did she do it or did he do it to her? He went, I went, so what do you think? He said, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I know that's not in the script. He gets off the seat and walks out of the studio.
No way.
Whoa.
And I hear the director going, holy shit, what the hell was that? What's happened? Where'd it go?
Yeah.
And we hear, the door closes, the studio door closes.
Oh, great.
I'm like this, because you don't stop. They had to cut, it's taped, but still you don't stop.
Right.
They immediately had another actor come in, let him read the cue card lines. Somebody was having, I think it was one of the cameramen or something, came in, and he does a scene. I watched this the next morning, and I'm curious to see how it worked.
Yeah.
We start the scene, and then they cut to the actor who forgot his lines, opening up, back to me, back to another actor.
Oh. To another actor.
We're like, oh, whatever.
They'll never know.
They wanted to save the opening with me and just with him, and then back to me. We saved tape. We saved some tape.
Oh, my God.
We saved about 20 feet of tape, so don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
And we got this other guy, looks nothing like him, responding, looking over my shoulder like they're doing Saturday Night Live. He's looking over my shoulder reading the cue cards.
Oh, God, like Bewitched with the two Darrens going back and forth.
Going back and forth.
Going back
it
and
was
forth.
so bizarre.
That reminds me of, they did that in not the same episode, but in Game of Thrones, they did that with an actor. There was an actor playing a character. He was like Daenerys's like henchman, you know, he had the blades and everything, and he was like in love with her. Remember, he had the long hair.
Long hair, yes, of course I do.
I forget the
It's whole
character's
thing,
name. But he started out as that character, and then the further you go into the series, it's not even explained or anything. All of a sudden, he has cut off black hair and looks completely different, but it's the same character.
Same
Oh,
character.
perfect.
And it's like, what?
Well, something happened. It
I
was-
don't know what happened behind the scenes. You know, it's just like
It was called,
watching-
Money.
Yeah, I remember watching that and be like, wait, who is this guy? And then they're referring to him as his name, and I'm like, didn't he have long blonde hair
If you
before?
want to save money, they're not going to explain anything. I mean, not even going to rewrite and say he died and this is his brother
Right.
Melvin. You know,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. It's so, but having to do it in a soap opera and watching this guy's face when he went, and I knew exactly how he felt because my heart always felt like that when I was on the soap opera for that year, and I always felt like that. I thought,
Oh, yeah.
how much I can give as much as I can, but I'm scared crapless. I really was.
Yeah. I would imagine. How long did you?
A year.
A year?
I worked on
So
it for a
was
year.
full year?
Yeah, and
See, that would have scared me to death.
Oh, it was my first major, other than Verdict is Yours, where I got to improvise through a whole thing. Then I went in the Army after that. I was in the service and did all that and then came out. But that was, oh my God, you got a soap opera. And I went, great. Never occurred to me. Then I looked at the lines. I went, all this is mine? Ooh. This whole paragraph is mine? Then they would, another person would say, so what do you think? Then I'd have all these lines. So, Jerry, what happened? I went, oh my God, all these lines. And so thank God I had a wonderful actress by the name of Betsy Jones Moreland, who was long past, who worked with me every night because she loved to act. Everybody else on the soap opera was hair and makeup.
Look pretty, yeah.
All looking pretty. And I'm just dying.
Yeah, you had to carry the weight.
I got to carry the weight.
Oof.
Yeah.
What? And give up showbiz?
What? Give up showbiz, exactly. But and I get the check and go, look, I can make $125. I made $125.
Wow.
And this is in what year?
Good God, it must have been the 60s.
60s.
Gotta be, yeah.
And I was part of NBC. I was part of the studio. And I remember I was in between two studios, Dean Martin's show and our studio, and I was at rest at that point. It was like the wardrobe or something. And Tallulah Bankhead was on.
Oh my gosh.
And I snuck in, I opened up the door, and I'm watching Tallulah Bankhead working with him. And it's amazing. It's Tallulah Bankhead.
Yeah.
You know, good God. So then the phone rings in the lobby. And I pick it up and go, hello, NBC. And the voice said, hi, can I speak to Tallulah? I said, I'm sorry. I have to talk to Tallulah. This is her agent. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, one moment. At which point Tallulah Bankhead comes out. And I say, Miss Bankhead, this phone call is for you. And she says, what? I said, this is for you. She says, who are you? I said, Michael. She says, Michael, what? I said, Michael Bell. She says, don't ever pick up the phone, darling. Just call this for me. Don't ever pick up the phone. And she goes, I didn't care because it was Tallulah Bankhead.
Yeah. What the
Talking
hell?
to me.
Yeah. Big star.
I told Joni, I said when I came up, Tallulah Bankhead talked to me.
Wow.
I said, I'm Michael Bell. She said, Michael, what?
Oh, God almighty. Zazu Pitts was next.
Listen, hey,
How about that?
I
There's
would
a
have loved
reference
it.
for
I
you.
would have loved it.
Yeah.
Well, this question's for my Opa because he loved this show. You were on MASH.
Yes.
You were on MASH.
Yes.
You were recurring, or
No,
was it
no,
just
it
one
was just a
episode?
guest spot.
It was a guest
Yeah.
spot.
They were apparently this wonderful voiceover guy. Why can't I remember him? Oh my God. A wonderful voiceover guy. He was an older dude and was out with the producer at a baseball game. And
Ernie Anderson.
No, it's. I know if I tell you, you'll know. Damn it! And I thanked him a million times, and the producer said, "I'm running out of leading men. I'm running out of guest
Paul
stars.
Frees. Sorry.
I'm running out of male guest stars." And he said, "Well, what about Michael Bell?" And he went, "Oh yeah, okay," because I've been doing a lot of television. Never read for it.
Wow.
Just got the script. Got on the set. What I did do years ago was I tested for one of the roles opposite Alan Alda with the other guy who got it, the blonde guy. And I tested for him, and they said, you're too close to Alan. Tall, skinny, dark hair, too close. So we're going with whatever his name is, who wasn't even interested in acting. He was actually a Wall Street guy. He really liked Wall Street.
Really?
Yeah, he became
Wow.
a businessman. He became a manager, Wall Street manager. So I said, okay, that was it. And I lost out on a wonderful show. And then they bring me in. Loretta is fabulous. Alan was wonderful. He was nice. Everybody was pleasant to me. The director, it was the first time the director was directing that show. Ooh. And the director played Crazy, the character in City Across the River, the movie Amboy Dukes, City Across the River, years ago. I remember seeing him. And he was wonderful. He was just this real wacky guy. And now I'm working with him. He didn't like me.
Ooh.
He said to me, when you do this, play him bad. And I said, no. I've been in the business long enough to know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play. I'm a bad guy from his point of view. I'm irresponsible, irreverent, but he doesn't see himself as bad. He sees himself as an opportunist. And he has these little kids, I guess little kids getting metal, and some of them get blown up. But he visits them in the hospital, and he gives them stuff, gives them money. And so I said, I'm not going to play him bad. He's just who he is. And we had a fight. And he said, well, what I want you to do, I said, see you around. And I walked off the set, and I sat down, and Alan came over and said, I was wondering how long it was going to take you. And he said, you understand that we know our roles. He can't direct any of us. Loretta said, I know who I am. He can't direct me.
Yeah.
None of it. The only person he can direct, forgive me, is you. So I said, well.
So he had to make his mark.
He directed me wrong. I said, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And I didn't.
Isn't that funny when you have creative differences on set?
Oh, and I went back on. The one thing I learned as an actor, you don't play the bad guy bad. Mm-hmm. You can be as evil as all. You can be Strother Martin all you want, but Strother Martin's character thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah. Well, Jim knows that.
Yeah.
You've played many a villain.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, it's. So that's my answer to that. And it was wonderful to be on MASH, of course. And Herb Ellis was the voice. Herb Ellis, wonderful voice, wonderful, wonderful voice, made this suggestion to a producer and said, what about Michael Bell? Think about it. They don't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Now you have to read for everything. You have to audition
Yeah.
and audition constantly.
Yeah. Well, Frank Welker, God bless him. He's one of the the Beatles of voiceover. He auditioned. He went in to do something for a little cartoon movie called The Lion King, and he was doing Ed. I ultimately ended up doing,
Right.
and he was laughing and doing this and that, and they were just trying to get him, And Frank, I mean, he can do anything anyway. You could tell him, to do a Martian dragon from the south side of Mars.
Right, of course, right.
And then that way,
Right.
you'd do that
Well, he
one.
did 69 Ducks, didn't he? Or
Well, yeah. He did dozens of ducks.
yeah. But they just constantly.
Yeah, and then he did a chorus all simultaneously. Anyway, and bless his heart, he goes, I'm not feeling it. I just call Jimmy Cummings. Bring him
Oh,
in.
how wonderful! Oh, how wonderful!
And
How rare that is.
unbelievable.
Unreal.
So they brought me in, and they couldn't figure out what to do with it. I think I've told this before, but they got a legal pad, and they said this character has to express every emotion possible, but it has to be with a laughing hyena.
Oh, okay.
And I said, oh, okay. Well, here, let's write down. So we're writing down insouciance, reticence, all this, every possible. And I just stood there, and for maybe 35, 40 minutes, I just laughed and I just went down the line, click, okay, there goes hesitation, and then we'd move on to the next one. And then at the end of it, he goes, we've got Ed, tour de force, blah, blah, blah.
How great.
And I just thought,
How
this
great.
is big
How
time
great.
showbiz.
And he recommended you.
Yeah, and he
That's
recommended
fabulous.
me. And then
That's
before I left, they were saying, so now you sing, and I go, yes, I do. And they go, okay, want to hear a song? And I said, yeah. And it was Jeremy Irons, the Villain song. Villains get the best song. That's the law.
Oh boy, do they ever?
Villains get the best
Do
song.
they ever?
Captain Hook or Peter Pan? Who had the
Yeah.
better song?
Yeah.
Captain Hook. And it was Be Prepared. And they played it, and they played it down. And I said, oh, yeah, I can do the hell out of this. Yeah, But you have to sound like Jeremy Irons. So I sounded like Jeremy Irons, and I got all this great platinum from Frank Welker.
Oh, how great! Look,
Yeah.
And Frank, when we did G.I. Joe
Mm-hmm.
and had to sing the song as we were walking all of us down, I couldn't stand next to Frank because Frank can't sing. Frank's off key and made me off key
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
can't sing either, but I can at least get close to on key.
Mm-hmm.
And walking down there, we're going, G.I. Joe, and I hear, G.I. Joe. And I'm going, okay, Frank, excuse me, I have to get over here.
Yeah.
Could you stand
Stay
next to
here.
him? Joe, Frank, could you just move your lips? Because nobody's going to know whether you're singing or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're going to drive everybody crazy. And he's laughing and he's going, here we go, G.I. Joe. Go, Joe, oh
God.
my God.
Yeah, it's okay, Frank. You can do every single other thing
You
in the
don't
world.
have to. You don't have to sing,
You're
and you
off the
don't have to
hook.
dance. You're off the hook.
We have people for that.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
That's great.
We've got people. Yeah, Frank is people.
Well, I think it's the time in the show where we play a little game. I don't know
What's
if you're
that?
aware
What's
of
that?
this game. It's
No.
called a voice swap game.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'll
I'm
explain
in
how
trouble.
it works.
Okay,
No.
wait.
It's
Go ahead.
Piece of cake.
All right. Yeah,
So
right.
how it works is Jim will do a voice line of one of his characters. Let's say Winnie the Pooh. He'll say one of his catchphrases, and then you will repeat that same phrase, but in one of your character voices of your choosing.
Okay.
And then we'll switch the roles, and we'll do that a couple times back and forth if
Yeah.
you're game.
Then you give me one of your guys.
Okay.
What do you think?
what do
Okay.
you
We'll
think?
give it a shot.
Well, one thing that we did together was Darkwing and Quacker Jack.
Right.
Assuming you remember Quacker Jack.
That I remember.
And I think I was going to say, yeah, that would be good. So, okay, well, I'll give you a Darkwing line,
Go ahead.
and you repeat it back as Quacker
That's
Jack.
Quacker Jack.
Okay. Okay. It's too easy to go, let's get dangerous, because... Hold it right there, Quacker Jack. You're not fooling anybody. I'm the good guy, and you're the bad guy.
Hold it right there, Quackerjack. You're not fooling anybody. You're the good guy, and I'm the bad guy. Right, Banana Head?
That's oh yeah, I forgot Banana Head. That's right.
I love that laugh.
That's good.
It's so memorable.
Very cool.
It just brings me straight back to childhood hearing that.
Yeah.
Who's a character you'd like to do?
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
And maybe Pooh should be there. Okay, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Love it. Love it.
And who was that character?
That's Chucky's dad.
Okay, I
Chaz,
thought so. I
yeah.
thought so.
It's from the movie.
Yeah.
Chucky's dad.
I have a personal request. Can you do Tigger and the Fear?
Oh, good God.
Okay. The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tigger, they're wonderful things.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is a wonderful thing.
Yes, they are.
I'm just picturing him
close.
in the forest crawling up
Crawling
the
up the
tree
tree, yeah.
backwards, saying that.
That tongue.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But that's how you got the job.
That's how I got but I want to say it, but no, folks, but really.
Oh, yes.
Waiter,
indeed.
check, please. Can I have a ticket for you?
I feel like for the fans, we have to do Duke.
Duke.
Yeah. If that's
Knowing
your...
is half the battle.
Sorry, can you do that again? I was kind of talking over you.
Knowing is half the battle. And who played my brother in the movie? What is the actor who starred in Miami, the TV series
Miami Vice?
Miami Vice. Joe.
Edward James Olmos.
No. I'm trying to think of his. You know him. He's very handsome, and he always plays the sheriff. And he's his daughter is an actress. I think her name is Dakota.
Oh. Oof.
He played my brother in the movie.
Don Johnson.
Don Johnson.
Oh, it was Don Johnson.
Right.
Oh.
So knowing is half the battle, and screw Don Johnson.
That sounds like a bonkers line.
Knowing is half the battle, and screw Don Johnson.
Okay,
fun?
that was
Isn't that
terrible.
fun?
I feel like that would be like a canon bonkers line because he's in, he's in the industry.
Oh,
That's
God.
funny.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God.
Do you want to do one more? I'm loving this.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, let's see who we got.
How about Hondo? It's
Yes.
Well, yesterday was May the 4th.
Yes, that's true. It is I, Hondo Onaka, and may the 4th be with you. Blah, blah, blah.
How about a Smurf?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It is I, Hondo what?
Hondo Onaka.
Onaka, may the force be with you.
Yes, may the 4th be with you. Blah, blah, blah.
It is I, Hondo Anaka, and may the horse, the force be with you. Thank you, Papa.
What is wrong with this picture besides everything?
And which voice was that?
That was Handy Smurf.
Handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Handy
you could
Smurf.
almost see you turned blue. Look,
know-
you're wearing a Smurf blue.
Well, he has the Smurf jacket too.
Yeah, I'm a little bit Smurfy. Yeah, I must tell you, you know Alan Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. I think you probably may have seen this. I tell the story.
Good guy, yeah.
When I did, I was doing this series with Mel Blanc, and he did this wonderful car. You know, he just did speed
Yeah,
bump.
yeah, yeah.
And he used to do that on the I think it was on the Jack Benny show.
What do you do now, Mr. Benny?
They do all that.
Yes, yeah.
And we're sitting there, and I'm doing this is the first time with Mel that I'm doing a series with him, and he's sitting to my right, and I'm sitting. We're all sitting in seats, him here, me there, and the rest of the cast here. At which point, I'm the good guy. I'm the kid. I'm always, what do we do now, Speed Buggy? We're really in trouble, et cetera, and lines. And he go, okay, buddy, this is what we're gonna do, bud. And he did that, and he went, okay, here's what we're gonna do now. And he came back. I was sopping wet
Oh, really?
because he doesn't. There's no one else in the room. It's just him. And he's great.
yeah.
But he goes all the way. And I'm sopping wet. And I looked at him, I went, Jesus, I have a whole show to do. And every time I said, oh, we're in trouble, Speed Buggy, he said, I know, but
Oh, boy.
we'll get out of it.
Oh,
He
Christ.
came back. The next time we did the show,
He had a spit guard.
Alan Oppenheimer was our guest, and he was the bad guy. And I said, Al, meet Mel Blanc. He went, oh, Mel, oh my God, this is such a pleasure, such a treat. Mel said, Alan, how are you? Oh, and this is so great. He said, and you know, since you're the bad guy, most of your stuff is with him. Why don't you sit next to him?
Set him up.
And he sat next to him on these tall high chairs. You know, they had the high chairs.
Oh,
that you-
yeah.
that you could tip either way because they're high. And so he's sitting and he has his line, and I'm sitting. I got my script over here, and Alan's over here, and Miller's over here. At which point we start the thing, and I say my line. Oh, what do we do now? We're really in trouble, Speed Buggy. And Miller goes, don't worry about it. We're okay. And I see out of the corner of my eye, I see Alan go. And he looks at him like this, and he's back on his script. And Alan's like,
It says that in the script.
and he turns around and looks at me, and I'm back on my script. I'm not looking at him.
Yeah, right.
And he sits like this. And the next time we have the line where he has a bad line, he says, we're going to get you. And I said, no, you won't. No, you won't. You haven't got me.
Oh, God.
And he goes back, and Alan goes like this. And then finally, the next time he has that line, Alan goes like this and tips the whole chair to the left
Oh.
as he's going. I have to tip my chair to the left. The actresses are tipping her chair.
Please.
And all of us are like this. Through the whole show, we're doing. I think Gordon Hunt needed a Dramamine by the time this was over.
Yeah.
We were going back and forth through the whole show.
Oh,
And every time
man.
we were going like this, and we had a break. I got off my chair real fast, went outside to the lot, and I went to the back of the lot because I knew Alan was looking for me.
Yeah.
I could see him. I looked around and I see him. He's looking
around for a
he's looking around,
tarpaulin.
And finally, I know we have to get back, and we can't. We get. Oh my God, that was.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well,
so
thank you,
great.
Michael. Yeah. Sure you don't want to trade seats? Oh, my God.
Oh God, that was so. And every time we had a
hazard
bad
pay.
guy, every time we had a bad guy in the show, I'd sit him next to Al, so great. I'm really mean. You really got wet because he really spit. I mean, he put all his energy into. He knew that character.
Ooh, yeah,
Been
he
doing
did.
it for years. But when he went, I mean, you could see it. It
Ooh.
was like a European actor. It was really coming out.
Right. Well, what? And give up showbiz?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh God.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, that's great. That's
They're great.
Marster, our old friend.
And you sing like he sings. I am always amazed at anyone that can sing. I
Oh, well, good. Thanks.
just so distance from me, such a distance from me.
Yeah. Well, it used to get me in trouble as a kid. All this stuff.
Did you learn how to sing, or did you just sing?
I just sang when I was
you
like
can,
5.
So you can keep a key. You can
Oh,
stay on key.
pretty much, yeah.
Wow. Boy, that-
I used to. I remember. I was 5. I was 5 or 6, and I got my first transistor radio. Remember those were like a little deck of cards back then, and I would just listen, and I would have it under my pillow, and my mom wouldn't know, and then I would go through a lot of batteries, just listening, and I would listen to singers, and I mean there was Leslie Gore, there was.
Leslie Gore.
I mean, God, who
It's
else
my
was
party.
there?
I'll cry if I want to.
Yeah. And I just used to listen to all those songs and hum them in my head. And it was probably training and not knowing that I was
Not knowing you were doing
trained,
it, yeah.
But yeah, and then I think I was in my first band. It was like eighth grade, something like that. 6th, 7th grade. something.
See, I would audition and sing. Never get it. I mean, I would study so hard. I learned a song in French to audition for a play that you had to sing in French, and I learned from a gal who was French, and she'd work with me, and I thought it was okay, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I
but
do
it
other
wasn't.
stuff, and every time I thought I'd sing, and finally, I think it was 6 Feet Under, the series 6 Feet Under. They had me come in and audition for the director.
Oh.
And I auditioned. I had long hair and a beard and everything. And he said to me, you have to sing a song. And I said, what song?
6 Feet
He said,
Under.
just find anything. So I said, okay. And I used to remember, what do you get when you fall in love? You get a little, da, da, da. And I sang the first couple of phrases of that. He said, okay, thank you very much. I said, well, that's another thing I died with. And I left. And the agent called and said, you got it. I said, and now I'm going to have to sing on camera? Are you serious? I was so comfortable in the room, I didn't care because I knew I wouldn't get it.
Yeah,
so
you
I
knew you weren't going to get it.
And so what they did was, I said, and not only that, there was music and there was, so they gave me a little thing that I put in my ear and I had a chorus behind me. And when they started to play, I said, hit the key. Before I linked to the guy, I said, hit the key.
Yeah,
Just
that's
hit the
what they
key.
do.
So he went,
Yes.
okay. We are the, and then I would sing, and they go, okay, that was good, Mike. Let's try it again. I said, okay, that was okay. No, we had some problems with the sound. I said, okay, this little thing, I could hear them in my ear, and I hear them go, and I know exactly where to go.
And you knew where you'd
sang
be.
it, and
Yeah,
where to
that's
go.
right.
But other than that, I would have been dead. Without that little sucker in my ear, I would have been dead. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
well,
never would've-
that's a standard, though. I mean, they always do that. They'll
they?
give you the note. Yeah. Like your note, like right before they record, they'll go, boom, and then come in. What do you get when
Oh,
you?
shoot. Really? Oh, my God.
Yeah, they do that.
Because I got to tell you, that really,
It helps.
it must. But
Yeah.
once I get past that, I could start out with that, but I don't know if I would end with that.
Yeah.
Because don't forget doing Oliver
Yeah.
Twist and the Artful Dodger for Hanna-Barbera. And they gave me Artful Dodger, and I had to sing. And I said, well,
Wow.
okay, but I don't really sing.
Jack Wilde.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I had to do that. But what's his name from the Monkees who used to sing?
Oh, Davy Jones or Vicky Dolenz?
Davy Jones auditioned for it, did it off Broadway,
Yes.
and they gave it to me. And I'm thinking, what are they thinking? He did it. He knows the role. Yeah, it's different dialogue because it's a cartoon. I get it. But he gets to sing, and he sings. I don't sing. I said, yes, I did a good thought English dialect, but he already has an English dialect.
Yeah.
They still, for whatever reason, and wherever the gods were, they said, nah, let's give it to Michael. Let's give him, because it was a starter for me. Hanna-Barbera, that was a starter for me. That's what started me down that whole Hanna-Barbera
No kidding.
career. Yeah.
Wow, that was a
I was
good
doing
road.
that. And now I watch it and I cringe. Literally, I clench because it's so bad. It's so bad. I think
And what
I'm
episode?
sure it's not that bad.
What episode was that,
it's
so that
bad.
everyone can watch?
it's bad. It's bad. It's not good. Watch.
Watch the bad one.
Watch the bad one. That's the bad one.
That's the name of it. Oh God.
Well, this has been so
Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it's
Really
a pleasure.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you for inviting me.
Did you have anything else, Jim? I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. It looked like you were about to.
No. I'm just grateful that you took some time out of your day to
It was
come and hang out.
It was fun being late.
It was fun. Well, there's no such thing as late.
Okay, then I good. I feel terrible when I'm late. It's not my nature.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, as the person who, sets this whole thing up and arrives here early, it is much more stressful for me when people are super early.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, because for some reason I don't like being watched setting up the equipment.
Yeah.
It stresses
Yeah.
me out. It
You'd be really bad in adult films.
No, but we've had a couple guests who've shown up like 45 minutes early.
Well, good for
And that's
them.
like when I'm getting here though. And I'm like,
okay.
oh my God, like, okay, I have to make small talk while setting up the equipment
see.
and doing the tests and everything. And then I'm usually, stressed out. So I start sweating and you can see it through my shirt. And then I'm all self-conscious.
Oh my God.
And we had, what was her name? She played Frau Verbissen in Austin Powers.
Mindy Sterling.
Mindy,
was
yes.
there. Oh, you interviewed
Yes,
Mindy.
so we had
I love her.
Mindy on last year, and that happened. I was a little late, though, as well. She wasn't super early. But I'm setting up the equipment, I'm making small talk with her, and we had been to dinner at a couple conventions. Like, she wasn't a stranger. you
No,
know?
she's fun. I like her.
And I'm setting up, and with the AC, this was a previous studio, and the AC had gone out that day.
Oh, no.
And it's right in Burbank. It's like down the street. And
Thank God we brought a lot of hot
I'm
lights.
setting up, and Mindy's there, Jim's there. You know, they're both sitting there waiting for me to get done, and I'm sweating like no other. And Mindy goes, "Oh my God, he's sweating!" And I was like, "Don't bring it up."
Thank you.
Don't say anything about it. I know that. I'm like wiping myself, and you know when you're so hot you can't cool down, especially with no AC.
Don't worry, it's
yeah.
not flop sweat.
Oh, yeah.
And that pierced through my soul. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Of course. Then you would have really be interested in the early years of television, and I was there. They used, in movies, they used those hot lights,
Yeah.
really hot lights. And I could just feel it begin to run down. And I turn around, and I'm looking at Lana Turner,
Wow.
and she's cool. She's in her like late 60s or something. She's cool. She's looking into the lights, and I want to go, because I can't see. It's like Klieg lights. And they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But there was a period of time when literally it was like Klieg lights.
Yeah.
And I would get on the set, and I'd go, I'd literally say, how am I going to not do this with the whole thing? And I'd watch these actresses, Barbara Stanwyck, cool, like this. Give me a bastard amber. Give me a thing. And the lights are piercing hot, and she's cool and comfortable. And I'm in Texas Western gear, and my boots are filling up.
Sure.
And I have no idea how they did that. Those ladies, they just steel them. They were steel. They steel themselves against those hot lights, and they looked fresh. No one ever had to come in and dab them.
Right.
I mean, I'd get off the set, and I was always the last shot of the day Jew. I mean, I was always sweating like this, and they're always patting me down and putting on more stuff and more makeup. By the end of the day, I could peel it off. And these gals just always look, you leave me alone, I'm fine. Don't touch my hair, don't touch my face, I'm fine.
Oof.
Really
Ice
good.
Queen.
But gorgeous, and looked great. And the women were
Lana
older.
Turner.
They were older. And Lana Turner came over and introduced herself to me.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Lana Turner. What's your name? I don't remember. Michael Bell, do I have any scenes with you? I said, I don't think so, Miss Turner. She said, well, I'll see you later. And she walked away, and I thought, Lana Turner just
Not
talked to
bad.
me.
Wow.
Lana Turner. My God.
Wow.
I would tell that to some kids. Who?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Yeah, that's no fair.
No.
Yeah, you have to know. There's a famous story about Shelley Winters. She went in to read for something, well into her career. And the girl there was like 20 years old. And you're here to read? And your name, please?
Oh, God.
I'm Shelley Winter. Shelley, it's S-S-H-E-L-L-E. Now, is that like a E-Y or just a Y? Winter, is it winter or winters? What is that? And she goes, wait right here. And she went home, got her Oscar, and brought it back. She goes, I'm Shelley Winters, okay?
Right.
Tell him I'm here, and so is my Oscar. Oh,
Right.
that's Shelley Winters.
That's Shelley Winters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was a famous director, went through a very, very similar experience. They say, what have you done? He said, you start first. You go first.
Yeah.
There was a very famous director.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like, really, really Billy Wilde or someone like that.
Oh, wow, yeah,
He said, you first. So this little, he talked about it on television, little casting director. He said the kid looked like he still needed Clearasil. He was the casting director. And he said, and what have you done? He said, you first.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
Okay?
Yeah. I'll have to remember that. Hopefully I'll never use it.
No, you'll never. You will when they. You will. I told you that. I think. Did I tell you that B.J. Ward was in the booth next? Was in the thing next to me at one of the cons.
Oh, yeah.
And a guy came over to her table and he said, "You were in the dog thing with Hanna-Barbera. What the hell was it?
Scooby
Doo." And she said, "Yes." You were Mona, whatever the hell the character. She said, "Yes." I was. She said, "Oh my God, would you do that voice? Oh my God, would you do that?" So she said, "Sure." She said, "Okay, Scoob, we're in trouble and blah blah blah, etc." And he went, "No, that's not it." How do you love that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you? I mean, you don't have that problem because you know your voice is.
Yeah.
But to say no, that's not. My friend Marsha Wallace, the late Marsha Wallace, rest her soul.
Sure.
Wood.
Bless her, yeah.
And someone stopped her once and she said, "You know, I didn't think you were that funny when I saw you in this last Bob Newhart show."
Thanks.
And Marsha says, "Where do you see critique me on my forehead?"
Yeah. Anywhere? I'll show you something else if you.
You want to see that? Yeah, critique me. I don't care.
Yeah, a little person who.
You see that little.
Now go back and watch your TV.
Go back and work at Arby's and
Yeah, and enjoy.
and enjoy.
We have the meats.
Enjoy Wheel of Fortune.
Isn't that funny? I mean, we do that. It's I did talk to a really wonderful actress who was nominated for Academy Award. I won't mention names. Who's an old friend, been around for years.
Meryl something?
No.
Okay,
along that line at her period in her life.
Oh, okay.
And recently comes out of it, but she's old at this point. And I wanted to get her work. So I said, my agent would be glad to take you on if you want to do a con. She says, I don't know. I don't do that, sweetheart. I said, yeah, but you've told me you're living in New York. You've got 2 roommates in New York. Yeah, and you get invited to stuff because you are who you are and people want to get your autograph. You may not have to go to the event if you don't want to. She said, I would never do that, not for $1 million years. $1 million. And I said to her, yeah, I understand. Okay. I would never put myself in that position. I said, okay, what you can do is sign the autographs at home. You have all your pictures, et cetera. And she says, wouldn't do that. That's embarrassing. And I thought, I said, there's a lot of people. And I'm telling her that I do it.
Yeah.
And I tell her the kind of money that a name can get. And I said, I do okay on lines, but I don't do what he does. I don't do what Frank Welker does. Mm-hmm. I don't do what Mark Hamill does.
Right.
But those guys, I said, they can walk away with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for a weekend, or $50,000. You could do that. You're that big a name. You were in a big major motion, and you had been in a number of motion pictures, but the major motion picture. Nominated for, I think you even got I don't even know if she got the Academy Award, but she was nominated for an Academy Award.
Wow.
Everybody knows who you are. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't embarrass myself. I said, okay, I never talked to her again. Oof. I hung up. I said, okay, no sweat. Wasn't angry. I said, okay, it's embarrassing to me because you're saying that I'm a performing monkey.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. So I hung up and took her off my email list. And she calls me all the time for personal reasons, because she's got some agita shit going on back here. And I've always helped her and I've always assisted and I've gone to see her. And, I've seen her when I've gone to New York. I've spent some time with her. That's it. Mm. You get to do that to me only once.
Yeah.
I may have a little Italian in me because it's that kind of thing. It's
sure.
That little thing,
Yeah.
There's that.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? I said. I told her. I said, who's
You
next to me?
condescend to hang out with me?
Yeah. I mean, I said, who's standing next to me? I told her about the 3 or 4 well-known actors, big stars, alongside, doing really well. Because she doesn't know anybody else. She knows the big movie stars. Right. I wouldn't do that. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's just ego right there.
Yeah, it sure is.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You go there and have people fawn all over you, and then they'll give you money.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you. Who needs that?
Who needs that?
Yeah. I mean.
I said, I understand if you make them happy. They're so glad to meet you.
Right.
You're doing something nice. Yeah, they're chunking down some cash for it. And sometimes you don't take cash. Sometimes you say, sweetheart, especially if it's somebody who came out of the oven too soon. Mm-hmm. You want to say, that's not necessary. There's no problem.
We know those guys.
I'm glad to give you an autograph. You don't have to pay. It's okay. Really, and they're crying, standing at the table. But they that's my feeling. They came out of the oven too soon. But so I'm really glad to help them. I'm really glad to do it because they're very sweet.
Yeah, they sure are, yeah.
And and I know what it means to them.
Half-baked or not.
And everybody else. Everybody else is so thrilled to meet you.
Yeah.
Nope, she wasn't having any of it.
Yeah. I mean, I travel with Jim to some of these conventions, like I said. By the way, did you guys know that we're doing the podcast live at Fan Expo this year?
Oh, that's true.
Check out the beginning and end of the episode to see the dates. But when I travel with Jim sometimes, I'll be sitting by you at your table or whatever, or even just walking through the convention, and I'll have people go, Chris!
Yeah,
and I'll look and I'll think it's like somebody
nice.
I went to school
Producer
with.
Chris, yeah.
And hey, and I love the podcast. You do such a great job, blah, blah, blah.
That's
and
great.
It always takes me back because, like the mode I'm in is like, this is like, I love the job, but it's work,
Yes.
like I'm working right now.
Sure.
And so I don't even think about like the back end of like when it airs, because like pretty much my job for the episode ends when it's edited and we put it out, you know, and then I'm on to the next guest or whatever, you know, doing my research or whatever. So it always takes me back when people are like, oh, I know you. And I'm like, how?
But it's so important. I was at Jack Angel's funeral.
God rest his soul.
Over in Forest Lawn. And he was in the Army, you know, so they had a whole thing with the folding of the flag and the whole thing, and they went down, and Arlene was sitting there, and we were all sitting, and someone got up to make a declaration. It was one of his closest fans, and she was so heartfelt. My wife turned around to me, she says, I never want to hear any of these people ever complain about fans, because every now and then someone says things, the fan. I said, you don't hear me complain, trust me, I ain't complaining, I'm thrilled to death. She said, look at that, how important he was to that one woman.
God, yeah.
She just was, literally, she was caught up.
Yeah.
And Arlene was in the front. She knew she'd be there, you know. And there are fans that, you know, you have certain fans that are just locked in. Oh, yeah. You have a lot of fans, but then there are certain fans that are just, oh, God, it's you.
Yeah,
you know, keep coming back.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't flatter myself, but I will say that Winnie the Pooh has, he just is such an icon to so many people.
Oh, he is. Oh,
you know, and there, you know, and sometimes it's a little funny because, you know, the husband will be there and he'll be like 50 and his wife's there and she's 40 something, you know, and she can't talk because she's too busy crying. And you know, and then Winnie, you're sweet, you know, give her some poo and then it's all over with. Then she's incapacitated, and he's standing there going, she really likes Winnie. She really does. You know, I'm just telling you. She really, I mean, we have like 40 goddamn dolls. You know, and you know, from when she was a kid.
That's so funny.
Well, thank you. God bless her.
That's so funny.
And then I always give her an extra, you know, whatever.
Sure, of course. No, that's so funny.
But it's so sweet.
I love it. It's very, very sweet. And
yeah, animation fans are I don't know.
Huge. Huge. I mean, really. And I've heard people say...
And my theory is that it transports you back to when you're 5.
Yeah.
Everything was pretty good when you were 5.
Yeah.
Everything was good.
Yeah. But I've heard people say things about some stars that were really nasty.
Yeah.
Stars that were really cold. You know,
right.
You have to keep going. I'm sorry. There's someone behind you.
Who's got the time for that?
Excuse me. That's, you know, you add, it's adulation of, so it's like, I know that feeling that I had for Bambi, and I'm sure I would have that feeling for Thumper and the people that I grew up with. And I certainly was stymied by talking to Lana Turner. And, you know, and do you remember Louis Hayward?
Who?
Louis Hayward. Louis Hayward was a very well-known actor. He always did swashbucklers. Oh. And he was, if you look up Louis Hayward, he did some wonderful swashbucklers. And I remember as a fan, Joni and I were big fans of Louis Hayward, because he played the Scarlet Pimpernel character opposite Binnie Barnes, who was the Queen. Ooh. And we're talking 40s movie stars. And he would go downstairs, he'd go down, and he'd have a sidekick, and he'd go, okay, now, and he'd put on his mask and do his thing and his swashbuckler.
Then he'd swing down.
But next to her, he would be like this. And he would talk like this. And he'd say, oh, Your Majesty. And he'd take a fan and go like this and really bedevil the hell out of the sheriff or whoever that guy was. Always hated him. And he said, Your Majesty. And he did. And he played this very effete with the dot here and the wig.
Yes.
And then he'd go down and then come and he'd go, take him. Okay, quick, Pancho. And he'd go in the thing and he'd go riding out and he goes,
very Zorro-esque.
Almost like Zorro. Well, we loved him. And I did a Survivors, the one I did with Lana Turner. And he's doing the scene with me, and I am gelled. I am so excited. And he's ready to do the scene. I said, and the director says, okay, we're ready to go. And I said, okay, just hang on a second. I said, I just have to tell you, you did, and I think it was called the Scarlet Pimpernel or something like that, whatever those dashing things. And he said, yes. I said, and you did the first Betty Davis impression ever done in movies. And he went, what? And I went, you went, ha, 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 Your Majesty. Well, he lost it. He absolutely lost it. He said, how old are you? You were
Wait a minute,
you were a kid. I said, I'm in my 30s. He said, and you remember? I said, he said, that's, oh my God, he just roared. And
wow.
So now we're doing the scene. He's off camera. I'm sitting there, supposedly in a lobby of a hotel. I'm supposed to mark him because I'm going to kill him. And I have a newspaper, you know, all shot. Cameras here, newspaper, shot over my shoulder. I lower the newspaper, and they watch my eyes follow him. And I watch him as he's going off. And just before he goes at a camera view, he goes,
That's great.
Jeez.
It was such a long shot. I didn't dare fall apart.
Oh.
I just wanted to go, shit.
Man.
But he went,
Oh.
That's
just
great.
as he got off, going, oh my God, I can't
Oh,
even
that's
told
wonderful.
Joni, I said,
That's good stuff.
Louis Hayward went, ha 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 ha, Tommy.
Oh, man.
She said, Mikey, no. I said, yeah, oh, Mikey. We were so excited because we were both big fans of his and that particular movie.
Wow. And you kept it together.
Kept it together.
Wow. Acting?
That was a hard one.
Yes.
That was difficult, keeping that
Yeah,
together.
no kidding. Oh,
It was so fun.
that's good stuff.
Anyway, this was a treat, guys.
Thank you
Yes,
for
thank
that.
you so
Thank you,
much.
Michael Bell.
This was a treat.
That was so great.
Fantastic.
And thank you guys all for watching out there. We really appreciate you. Like I said before, we have a live podcast right now in partnership with Fan Expo. Let me give you the dates one more time. Let me pull them up here. The next one that we'll be at is Philadelphia, May 29th to the 31st. And once again, this is Fan Expo. We're doing a live podcast, very similar to this, similar to a panel. It's a little more panelish when we do the live podcast, just because of the format. But it's nice to have the audience involved and to have you guys watch it live. And then if you're not able to make it, then you can see it on YouTube. We post all of them on YouTube. The one after Philadelphia is Chicago, August 14th to the 16th. Toronto, August 27th to the 30th. Dallas, September 11th to the 13th. And San Francisco, November 27th to 29th. And there are more dates being added. There's a couple that we've done that are not on this list. So be sure to check that out on the podcast page, on YouTube, on Instagram, Jim's Instagram, Jim's website, Jim Cummings World. All of it's posted all up there.
It's skywriting.
And we really hope you enjoyed this episode. This was a great one. I thought I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Michael Bell, for being here.
Thank you, Michael
pleasure.
Bell.
Really
One and
appreciate
only.
it. And if you like this content so much that you want to find more of it, I have good news for you. Tuned In with Jim Cummings is on Patreon as well. You can find bonus episodes that are not aired anywhere else. You can find extended little featurettes. You know, we put a little 10, 20 minutes extended episodes on there. We have contests, giveaways, all that good stuff. So check out, no, I can't talk.
That's okay.
Just check out Tuned In with Jim Cummings on Patreon as well. And with all that said and done, once again, I'm producer Chris, the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings, and the other legend himself, Mr. Michael Bell. Thank you again so much for being here, and we will see you all
Michael.
in the next one.
Titty boom.
That was cool.